Hi, my name is Nathan Ecker, and I'm a student, and I also work here at Heritage Bible College. And thank you so much for joining this live stream as we'll talk today about a little bit about what Heritage is about, as well as some information for you guys if you're interested in applying or just want to learn some more about it.
Hi guys, my name is Hannah and I'm the undergraduate admissions coordinator at Heritage. So basically I look after admissions on the college side, so students that are wanting to apply here, if you are interested in applying, I'd be your contact person as you go through the application process. So yeah, Nate and I work closely together for helping students who are interested in coming to Heritage, so we're hoping that this time together now will help you as you think more about that as well.
What would you say are some benefits of going to Bible college? You know, a lot of Christians know what Bible college is, but why go to Bible college?
Yeah, so we actually have a whole bunch of different programs and focuses, but I think a big benefit is just being able to take at least a year. We encourage students to come for even 1 year, just to get grounded in their faith, even if they know that they want to go do something else afterwards, if they want to pursue science or math or something. Taking 1 year here can be really beneficial for studies in a secular university where you're going to be faced with difficult situations and people that don't have the same beliefs as you. Getting grounded more in your faith here will just really prepare you for life and ministry.
Yeah, I know for me, I came from a Christian background, and I somewhat foolishly assumed that I kind of knew everything. You know, I went to Sunday school. I heard my pastor preach every Sunday for many years, and I thought, if I go to Bible college, I'll probably already know everything. And you realize there's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And Bible college can be a very humbling experience, but in a good way. As it really helps you understand who the Lord is, as well as expanding your mind on who He is, as well as getting to know more and more people, and surrounding yourself with awesome Christian people, young men and women that really want to serve Him is such an awesome experience. And something I did not expect, because I definitely had the wrong mindset.
Yeah.
And that was definitely important for me. You mentioned, coming to Bible college for 1 year. Like, what does that look like?
Being in a 1 year program?
Yeah.
So we have a couple 1 year programs that we focus on. We have one, our Certificate of Christian Studies is the most popular. So students come and spend 1 year here and take some very specific Bible courses. We have 2 semesters, so you can live in residence or you can come as an off-campus student, but you'll take courses like theology, learning how to study the Bible in our hermeneutics class, and just take a lot of courses with our professors and with fellow classmates that'll really help you get grounded in your faith as you possibly move on to further studies the year after, or if you're not sure what you want to do, it's still a great way to ground yourself for the future.
Yeah, what's great about our 1 year is we've had people from so many different types of backgrounds. We've had people that, they want to do 1 year because they're not necessarily sure what they want to do the year after. Some are saying, I'll try it out. Maybe I'll then go into a degree at Bible college. Who knows? Some people say, I know I'm going to go to school and say engineering, but I want to do a 1 year Bible college first. So it's good because it's good for everybody. We've had students that have done 1 year and decided they'd like to stay longer, and they have. And we've had others who say, I did my year, and now I'm going to go do my other thing. And that works perfectly fine, too. So it's good because it has something for everyone. If you don't know what you want to do next year, maybe you just, you're unsure about the future. I know when I graduated high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. This is many years ago now, but I didn't even think of Bible college. But I would say it's highly recommended. There's never anything wrong with learning more about who God is and getting a good, strong biblical foundation. So definitely recommend to anybody.
You mentioned a little bit about high school not knowing what you want to do after. What brought you to Heritage and kind of what was your experience like here?
Yeah, so about a year, so I took a year off after high school, and I actually went to another Bible college in Toronto, great school, and I wanted to be a pastor. And I kind of thought, like I said earlier, I already kind of know everything. I'm just going to go there and just own it. I'm going to be writing books and everybody's going to know my name in a few years. And I realized I don't know anything. And I also realized I was not the most loving, kind person. I actually really didn't like people a whole lot. And if you can imagine going into ministry, that's kind of important. So I actually left Bible college because I was like, I am just not in a good place. And I was out of school, kind of just working here and there for a number of years. And then 4 years later, I really felt the Lord leading me back to Bible college, but not for pastoral ministry, but for youth ministry. And I was really attracted to Heritage because they specifically had a degree program that focused on youth ministry. It's called the Bachelor of Theology with a minor in youth ministry. And I was like, that's it. That's what I want. And I came to Heritage in 2016, very uncertain, never been to Cambridge. I had never seen Heritage. I didn't know anybody here. People from my church had went, so I'd heard of it, but I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know if I'd like it. I was a little bit older. I hadn't gone to school for years. I was like, I don't even know if I can handle the work. It's going to be hard because Bible college isn't easy. It's university. It's not simple. And it's hard at times for sure. And I've been lazy at times. You push off that paper a little too long. But my experience has been amazing. Both what I've learned and the people I've met, both the professors and the students, and it's been, it's went way beyond my expectations. So
Cool.
So I would say we mentioned a few times the 1-year certificate, but we do offer a number of degrees and different things. So we have a Bachelor of Religious Education, we have a Bachelor of Theology, and we have emphasis on different things. So a lot of times when you think Bible college, if you think ministry, you think pastoral. It doesn't have to be pastoral. As I mentioned, I'm focused on youth. It could be children. It could be intercultural. It could be music. We're not just saying you have to go into this one specific spot. There's something for everybody here. So that's one thing that I said that really drew me in, the specific emphasis on youth ministry.
Right. Yeah, for me, I came to Heritage right out of high school, but kind of my whole during high school, I knew, okay, I think I want to do just a year. I always had the mindset that Bible college was just for pastors. But I knew they were like 1-year programs that were out there that were just kind of general knowledge. But I figured, if you stay longer than that, you're probably like trained to become a pastor. That's kind of what they're for. So my plan all through high school was really, let's do a year. I'll do a year of general. I think it's a good idea to get grounded before I go and do something else. But I really had no idea what that something else was going to be. I wasn't really sure. So I just, basically I didn't look at a whole lot of schools. I met someone who had just done our 1-year serve program, and she recommended it to me, and I was really interested in traveling and mission trips. So I applied to our serve program here, and by I think halfway through, I was like, I want to stay here. This is awesome. And like the classes and the people you meet, the community, I was just like in love with being at Heritage. I didn't really know what I was going to do here, but I knew I wanted to stay. So I kind of started looking more into, okay, what are the degree programs? What would I want to do with the degrees if I decide to stay? And what jumped out at me was the Bachelor of Religious Education, Social and Family Ministry. And I kind of started thinking about that and thinking that I really like helping people and just interpersonal relations and being able to come alongside people who are hurting and in whatever capacity that looks like. So I decided to switch over into that program, our BRE Social and Family Ministries, and I completed that in 4 years. I graduated in April 2020, and that was just an awesome experience. I loved my time here. I lived in residence all 4 years, so really got to be a part of our community, and the classes were awesome. The professors are great here, and it just really built into me as well.
Yeah, I think one thing I really appreciated about the academic side of it was college university is very intimidating wherever you go. You walk into rooms with these very smart teachers who have, written books. They got PhDs. They got all these letters next to their names, and you kind of think, I'm just a little person, and what do I know? And what I really appreciate about the teachers here is that they're obviously very smart, they're very wise, but they're so humble and they're so down to earth, and you can have conversations with them about anything, both in class and after class. I've never once felt like a teacher was like, I don't have time for you. Who are you? Teachers are very open to conversation. I've learned so much even from teachers just outside of class. And I really appreciate about that. I love the intimacy of the school. Because the school is smaller, it's a Bible college. That's just how it is. There's so much intimacy with the teachers, and I think that's just that's awesome. And as well as, oftentimes you see our syllabus. Our syllabus is just basically all the assignments you're going to have. And you look at it and you're intimidated and you're scared and you're like, I can't do all this work. How am I supposed to do all this? Look at all these papers due. But as you go along, you realize, okay, it's not that bad. It's not all due on the first day. And as you really study things and as you really write these papers, you learn so much more and more, and your perspective of who God is really expands. And seeing these teachers, their passion. One thing that amazes me is we have teachers here that have taught you for 10, 15, 20 years. They are teaching the same thing over and over again each year, but they never get tired of it. They speak with the same passion they did 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I think that's amazing. It's not like, yeah, this is important stuff, but whatever, I've done it. It's no, this is important truth that we need to know, we need to understand. And I really appreciate that about them. And I hope I have that same passion and charisma for the Lord 20 years from now, the same way they do. So if somebody wanted to apply to the school with for admissions, that kind of thing, how would they go about it?
Yeah, so I'll give you just a basic rundown of our admission requirements for eligibility to our program. So we look at your grade 12 grades and classes that you've taken at high school. And so for a certificate program, we're looking for 6 university or college preparatory courses. So those are courses at the U, M, or C level. And you need to have a 65% average overall. And you do need to have graduated from high school by the time you've started here, but you can still be in the middle of grade 12 while you're applying. But yeah, we look at that, and then you need to have a grade 12 university level English. And that's just important because Heritage is very English based. Our assignments are a lot of papers and things like that, so we really want to set you up for success by ensuring that you have taken a university level English course. And then for our degree programs, it's similar, but we require 6 U courses and then 2 U or M. So college level will not be included in the average that you're looking at there. So we don't accept co-op or open courses as part of the percentage overall. We're looking for university preparatory courses just to make sure that you actually are going to be able to keep up with our academics here, because even though we are a Bible college, we offer university level education, and so you need to be prepared for that and be able to keep up with the standards of our grading and all that. So that's what we look for. If you're homeschooled, we have different tests that you will have to take. You can either do an SAT and submit your scores to us that way, or we offer the CAT, which is the Canadian Adult Achievement Test. And we just test you in 4 categories: English spelling, reading vocab, and reading comprehension. And based on your scores for that, you might be accepted. We require a grade 10 level in all sections for certificates and a grade 12 for degrees. So if you are a homeschool student and you have questions about that, you can reach out to us because it is a little different, but it's not a complicated process.
Yes, and everything is on our website. So if you were to go to discoverheritage.ca/tuition, you would get all your information. All your contact info for the school is there as well. So even if you were confused and you weren't 100% certain how to proceed, you send us an email, we'll get up right on it, and we'll help you through that. I know applying for college anytime is extremely intimidating. It seems like so much paperwork and so much to fill out. And it can be a lot, but it's not as difficult as you think, and we're here to help you, and that's why we're here. So let's talk about student life. Let's talk about residence. What's residence like? You mentioned that you lived in residence for 4 years. I lived in residence for 3 years, so we're both very familiar with it. What are the benefits of living in residence?
Yeah, residence is awesome. I think community is just a huge part of your experience at any post-secondary education. But because Heritage is on the smaller side, we have 2 residence buildings, one for our female students, one for our male students. Each hold about 40 to 45 students. So 90 students living on campus when our dorms are full. And that really leads to a really tight-knit community. You pretty much know everyone, at least those who are living in dorm, and you're able to get really close with a good group of friends. You live in an apartment with 2 to 4 other people. They hold about 3 to 5 students in each apartment, so you can get really close with some friends that way. And even classes, like our class sizes are generally 30 to 50 for freshmen, and as you move on to further years of your degree, you might have a class of only 10 people. So you really get to know people, and you really get to build really strong friendships, which is cool. I mean, my best friend now is my freshman roommate, and she's my second year roommate too, and we still hang out all the time. She works here too. Like, you just like build relationships that you're never gonna lose, and it's been like a really cool experience that way.
Yeah, and like for me, like as I mentioned when I left Bible college the first time, I said I didn't really care much for people. Living in residence will teach you how to love people. It was such an awesome experience. You got to meet so many great people. She mentioned how she met her best friend. My second year roommate is like my best friend and ended up marrying her. So there you go, small world. Yeah, and the other thing that's really beneficial about res, if you live in res, you're part of something called an impact group. So as she mentioned, you're in an apartment with 3 to 5 people. Your apartment plus the one on the other side, the other 3 to 5, will meet every Monday night from 9:45 at night to 11. And you'll have an RA, someone who's in charge of you, who will either do a Bible study or a hangout night or whatever they plan, and that happens every week throughout the entire school year. And that is one of the best ways to get to know people, because you can have deep conversations, you can have lots of laughs, you can talk about this, you can talk about that, and it's just a really intimate time to get to know each other. And that's just your impact group. That doesn't even include all the other people in res that you're going to get to know throughout the year. So highly recommend it. Great experience. I can be a little more introverted. I thought, how about I handle it? Loved it.
Yeah.
Whether you're introverted, extroverted, there's always people in there for you. So
Yeah, it's true. If you're a freshman student, it's like we highly recommend that you live on campus if you can, and if that's an option for you, just because you're gonna get to know people a lot better and be a part of other things. I mean, if you live off campus, you're still welcome to be a part of an impact group. You just have to sign up for one and commit that you're going to come every week. But living in residence, you just get a lot more time with the people that are around you. And it's just a really great way to get to know people, especially if you're coming from far away, you don't know anyone else. It's just an awesome way to connect with the people around you. Yeah.
If you're applying to school, obviously colleges and universities, they're expensive. It's kind of a fact.
Yeah.
How would someone go about payment? Do we have anything, like, is OSAP available? Do we have scholarships, or are you just on your own and good luck?
No, definitely not that one. Yeah, we understand that private education can be a little bit more expensive sometime, but it is a really good investment for your faith and just getting to know more about God. But we do charge on a course-by-course basis, which is one cool thing. If you wanted to take courses more part-time, you could do that. And if you don't have enough funding to take a full course load, that's fine too. But in terms of financial assistance, yeah, we are OSAP approved. So you would be able to go onto OSAP's website and take a look there at what you might be eligible for. But yeah, if you're taking in-person courses, you are eligible from our point of view, and OSAP can tell you how much you can receive. We also offer tons of scholarships and bursaries. We give out hundreds of thousands of dollars every year to our students, and we're really excited about that. And that money is specifically for our students to give out to you guys. So we love to see applications for that. Yeah, we have some scholarships. Most of them require an application, which is due by May 31st. So the deadline has passed for that now. But if you're thinking of applying for next year, you can still be working on those. Or if you're applying for this coming fall, you can apply and possibly receive the scholarship in the winter semester too. So don't apply because you think the deadline's passed. Still apply, you might get something. And then we have other applications for other scholarships and bursaries too. And then there are a few that don't require applications. They're awarded automatically. So our academic entrance scholarship is awarded automatically to our students coming in for first year based on their grades. So if you have an 85% average or over in your top 6 university level courses, you automatically are going to receive $1,000 off tuition. And if you are coming back for more than just 1 year and you maintain a 3.5 GPA at Heritage, you'll continue to receive $1,000 off as long as you meet those qualifications. So if you're working hard in your studies and you're able to get a good grade, then that's also a way that you can save some money on your tuition. And then we have other bursaries. If you're coming from really far away, we have some students who come to us from Alberta, BC, Nova Scotia. you can apply to receive some funds because we know that it's going to cost a lot of airfare, traveling costs. So all this stuff is available. You can see on our website at discoverheritage.ca/tuition. All the scholarships and bursaries are there, and there's also an email address contact if you have any questions. But yeah, we want to set our students up for success, and we want to be able to help them succeed even financially. So we do have payment plans that are available through our finance office if you need to, but we, for our tuition costs, we require 25% paid by mid-August, and then the rest you pay when you start in September. So, yeah.
Obviously, one of the big things over the last year and a half has been COVID. Every time we turn on the news, there's something about COVID, and obviously rules are constantly changing. The future is at times uncertain. What is the plan for Heritage in September?
Right.
Is the school going to be open? Is everything online? And obviously, like I said, we know things will change, but as of right now, what is the plan?
Right. Yeah, we get asked this question a lot. So as of right now, we are planning on offering in-person classes and full dorm capacity in the fall. So we will have our residence program open for students to live on campus, and we will have classes for both the college and the seminary offered in person on campus as long as we are allowed to by the government regulations. We are also going to be offering all of our seminary and college courses via live stream. So if you can't make it to campus or you're not comfortable with it yet, we understand, and you can actually register for our courses to watch through live stream. So you would still be watching at the same time as the class is going on and doing the assignments as well as all the other students doing it in person, but you would just be watching through your webcam. So that's also a great option, even if you are living far away or you're just not comfortable coming on campus yet. We did last year, we were even able to offer in-person classes, so we're pretty positive that we'll be able to again. Hopefully things are slowing down in terms of COVID cases and things will go back to normal soon. But yeah, that is our current plan, and we are pretty hopeful that that will be the case and we'll be able to have residents open as we had to open even last year, even during the lockdowns. So yeah, we're excited about that. If you have any questions about that, we're happy to answer them. But so far, that is our plan, and we will keep our students updated as that may change.
And does OSAP cover live stream classes?
Good question. OSAP doesn't cover our online classes. So that's if you're taking a class completely distance learning, which is a different format. Right now, OSAP is covering our live stream classes until the Ministry of Colleges and Universities deems that it is safe to return to in-person classes. So right now, if you sign up for in-person or multimodal, which is live stream classes, you can be eligible for OSAP. Online classes, they will not cover those ones though. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. In terms of what other things are there to do here? I know you've been really involved with sports and things like that. What would you do for fun, for instance?
So that's a good question, because although we are an academic institution, we do have fun here. We're not just all always doing our homework and have our faces stuck in books. So first off, we have a student council, and student council always is putting on events, a whole bunch of different things. They usually do an event probably every other week. One of the big things I like is athletics. I love sports. So every Tuesday evening and every Thursday evening, we have intramurals that run throughout the entire year. So for instance, in past years, we've had a basketball league that's run the entire year. You're put on a team and you're on the same team the whole year. We also offer, throughout the year, student council also do different things. We'll have local outreach week where different people in the community that do different things. It could be like a soup kitchen or something, or a specific outreach, whatever it be. We get involved with them. They come to us, they talk about who they are, and we get to understand who they are. We also have Global Outreach Week, where we have different missionaries come in. They talk about the work they've been doing all around the world, as well as informing us about those different missionary organizations. It's a good way for, let's pretend you want to go into missions eventually, but you don't know where to start. Who do you want to work with? It's an awesome opportunity because you get to understand who they are. So we have lots of different things that go on throughout the year. There's never really a dull moment at Heritage. There's always something going on, which I really appreciated because, like I said, we are an academic institution, but we're not just about work, no fun. Heritage is definitely an enjoyable time.
Yeah.
Obviously that means I've fallen into the problem at times where I'm having too much fun and not focusing on my studies, which is not always good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is nice to have options and nice to know that the school is making things available and that there is downtime, and I really appreciate that as well.
Yeah. Cool. One other thing I wanted to just mention is what you're gonna need for your application if you are planning on applying to Heritage. So I'll just give you like a basic checklist. To apply, actually, you're just gonna go on our website at discoverheritage.ca/apply. It's all done online. It's a pretty straightforward application. You'll get a link and you can go back to that link and keep working on it if it takes you a little bit of time. But some things that you're gonna need to know that you need to have, you're gonna need 3 references. The first one is gonna be from a pastor or an elder at your church. Your references cannot be family members. I know that sometimes pastors' kids get stuck because their pastor is their dad and they can't use that. So if you can't use a pastor at your church, you can use an elder, someone that knows you well enough who can comment on your character, your spiritual growth, stuff like that. And then you're gonna need 2 other adult friend references, again, not family members, but they can pretty much be anyone else that knows you fairly well. And then you're gonna need to submit photos or scans of your transcripts. We'll need official copies as well, sent directly from your school, but if you're still working on your high school diploma, then pictures for now will suffice. Or if you're homeschooled, you'll need to complete the CAT test. So one of those 2 options so that we can see your grades and kind of your academic level where you're at. And then you'll need to fill out an autobiographical sketch, which is basically just a few paragraph questions. So minimum 5 sentences. Tell us about your family, your personal life, some about your academic abilities, things you've done in your school, a bit about your faith, your personal faith journey, and why you want to come to Heritage. And then other than that, you'll just have to read a bit of our student handbook and sign off that you commit to following our community standards here. And then there is an application fee. Before March 31st, it's $50. So that deadline has passed. The application fee right now is $100, and as of August 1st, it will go up to $200. So just be aware of that as well. If you are going to be applying for right now, try to get your application done before the end of July so you get the $100 application. And if you're thinking about coming in 2022, then apply before March 31st would be great. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then after that, I'll be in contact with you throughout that whole process if I need anything else or if you have any questions. And then basically I would be contacting you about acceptance and letting you know next steps after that.
Something that kind of popped in my mind afterwards was, for those living in residence, how do we eat? That's pretty important, We're college students. A lot of people are coming straight out of high school. Maybe they don't know how to cook, that kind of thing. Do they eat? Do we starve? No. Fortunately, Heritage is actually partnered with a catering company that actually works with the school. And when you are in residence, you'll be part of a meal plan. That is part of being in residence. That comes with it. And you'll be provided with meals throughout the week. So from Monday to Thursday, you can get all 3 meals, and on Fridays you get breakfast and lunch, and then Friday evening through the weekend you have to fend for yourself. But here's the beautiful thing: the location we are is actually perfect because right across the street is a grocery store, and right up the street is a grocery store. So there's if you're starving for food, you don't have to look very far. You just have to literally look out the window and walk across the street. So so if and the food, by the way, is amazing. It's excellent, massive portion sizes. Really recommend. So that's awesome too.
Yeah, and our residences do have like stove, fridge, stuff like that. So you can easily cook yourself a meal if you know how to cook. If not, you can learn, or you can make some friends that know how to cook. But yeah, our residence buildings have the stuff that you're gonna need to cook. So that's a great option too. I'll just give you a bit of information on some things coming up that you might want to be aware of. We do offer virtual preview experiences, so you can register for those on our website at discoverheritage.ca/tour. The next one coming up is July 16th. So basically, I just send you a link to our page. It's got a whole bunch of cool videos, a video from our president, Dr. Rick Reed, a video about some of our programs and things like that, and a tour video as well if you want to see the campus virtually. So if you're interested in learning more, that's an awesome option for that. Another thing we're excited about now that we're kind of Ontario's opening up again is that we are now going to be offering outdoor tours in person on our campus. So Nate and I are willing to give tours to our students, and you can also meet some of the other staff members here. They're excited to meet new prospective students. So you can register for that as well at discoverheritage.ca/tour. We're offering them starting next week, Wednesdays to Fridays every week during the summer. So unfortunately, right now, we're not allowing visitors inside of our buildings, but we'd love to walk you around our campus, tell you a little bit about what goes on in each building, and sit with you in our gazebo and answer any of your questions. Yeah, we'd love to meet you, so reach out if you'd like to do that, or you can book it on our website. And then the third thing I just want to mention is that we're actually giving away an iPad as well to a new student this year, a brand new iPad. So if you are accepted and applied and accepted, registered, and you've paid your tuition, 25% of your tuition by the deadline on August 15th, you'll be entered into a draw. So it is not too late to be entered into that draw if you are wanting to start your studies in 2021, fall of 2021. So yeah, you can start your application again at discoverheritage.ca/apply. And as long as you get all that stuff done before August 15th, you'll be entered to win. So we're excited about that, to give that away to someone, but be aware of that too if you're wanting to start your studies here soon. Anything else you want to mention?
I think we more or less covered it all. We are a live stream, as you mentioned, so if anybody has any questions. Okay.
And if not, then you can email us. I think we're going to put our email address in the comment section, so feel free to send us an email. Pretty responsive, we'll get back to you pretty quickly, or we're happy to set up a Zoom call or a phone call, or again, if you want to book a tour and talk to us in person, we'd love to meet you that way too. Well, yeah, I think that's going to wrap up our time here. Thank you for tuning in, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.